Hey y'all, I wanted to bring you this angle just so you could see the difference on this trailer roof. We're in the house. We backed the trailer right up to the corner of the house here, right? If you look right down the roof line, right? You see the jack's still in there right now. You can see the little booster plate, the metal adapter plate that's underneath the air conditioning unit itself. The whole thing is sitting up. Before we did anything, that whole half-inch wide strip that goes side to side, was the top of it was even with the top of the roof. That's how far sunk in it was. So that's why we're doing all this work. Right now, the jack is still under there. We're done welding. Let's go take a look. We'll let it down and see what happens. So you can see here the overhead welding tends to burn you up. So best to wear clothes that you don't care about, right? Took the blankets out. This one here caught fire right here at the end. It was a pretty big hole there. Pretty big hole there. But luckily, I mean, it doesn't flame up. It just burns. It was right over there by that wheel well. So you can see a little discoloration of the carpet. But this one here got a little bit up at the top, I think. Yeah, here. Just on that, and these are old crappy old blankets. It was right up here on top of the tire rack when I was getting in here. It caught a little bit there. But of course this one here took a bunch of little burns, you know, took the most punishment, but nothing, you know, we couldn't just dip the rag and drop it on or whatever. We really didn't use the water up here at all because this wood never really started smoking or catching fire. So we just made sure it was insulated from the metal roof, and that way we protected our roof coating. So that's it. That's all the stitching you're going to get, the tacks in between, stitching. Like I said, we're not going to run a solid bead. More on this side here. I went to Harbor Freight, where the welder is from, and bought another roll. Thanks, Tony Cantanero. Another roll of wire, so I didn't have to wait till Monday. Today's Sunday. And it was $8, man. So it seemed to work fine. It worked just like the other stuff that we bought with the bottle of gas from the welding shop when we first started running this thing. So it worked really well, other than, you know, really today, getting in there, putting the stitches on, you know, just putting a spot here and there, it's no big deal. But as soon as you start going that 3/4 of an inch to an inch, it starts splattering and burning the crap out of you. So, hey, it is what it is. But let me put you up on top of the box, and we'll let the jack down and see what happens. Then I'll take you back inside, and you can compare it to what I just showed you with the jack in here. Now, this thing has got a good amount of pressure on it. We jacked it up till the tin was taut. I mean taut, you know. And you saw when we were working on the roof, putting the coating on it, there was quite a bit of flutter to it. So it's under a bit of stress. Let's go ahead and let her down. Keep your eye up top, folks. Very little buckling coming down. I am super duper happy with that. Super happy. Let's see if we can't. Oh yeah. I mean it still hops up and down a bit, you know, which it's gonna do going down the highway. But yeah, we're gonna get you over here and we look at the repair we did to the bow in here. So it's good and straight now, sitting flush and flat. So the stamping portion of this here, where they stamp that dart in there and literally crimp, should be good and strong. That shouldn't move. That's where pretty much all the pressure is now. I'm thinking this is going to look pretty good, but let's take a walk back in the house and see what she looks like. Head on back in. Yeah, it looks good, folks. It looks good, good, good. I think we're going to be happy with that. So, let's take a look. Oh, yeah. Oh, look at that. It's a masterpiece. Michelangelo couldn't have done a better job. I am super 100,000% happy with that right there. It did everything we thought it was going to do. You can obviously still see, if you get right down at roof line angle, you can still see a little air gap from the sheet metal adapter plate that adapts it to the roof. So, job done, success. Another RPM job done, and we didn't burn the trailer down. We didn't start a fire, and we didn't have to use the fire extinguisher. So that's always a good day. I got some foam for the roof. I didn't get what I wanted because it was too expensive. It was 28 bucks a sheet. I got 1.5 inch. It's styrofoam. I'm going to put the tin foil side toward the inside of the trailer and use tin foil tape at the seams where the roof bows go across. And I might just leave it like that for now. We'll get some liquid nails and put it on the back once we cut the pieces, and just use the jack and hold it in place until it sets up or something, and then just put tape on the seams for now. There's a whole bunch of different stuff that we could use for the paneling up above. I wanted to use the cheapest possible stuff. $7.95 for a 4x8 sheet of just the brown. It's the cheap crap particle type board. It's 1/8 inch, but you know how it is. I mean, you can literally snap it by hand, and it's just a bunch of sawdust packed together. That's the cheapest stuff. We can get that same stuff with one side with the melamine on it, like this white board, this big 3/4 inch board with that same white cut, so we wouldn't have to paint it. And that's 10 bucks a sheet. We're going to need every bit of 3 sheets to do what's in there. So that's where we're at right now. We're after we get tidied up in the trailer, we'll be cutting this stuff up next day or two, get it installed, and then maybe we'll just cut it short before gratting, because you see the other video, we got the cylinder. We're waiting on a new head. We bought a new head on eBay. Stole it. New head for the motor, 178 bucks, I think, from an aftermarket guy over in Denmark. That one there, the one we bought was $29.99 plus 12 bucks to ship it. So for 40 bucks we stole it. So for 40 bucks we're gonna wait. We'll wait to put the motor together just to make sure we get the right gasketing underneath for the squish and volume and all that stuff. So that's where we're at right now. Weekend started out good, kind of turned on us a little bit. Tony gave us a quick heads up. He must have read my note on e-carton news and said, listen, you don't need to wait till Monday. You can go to Harbor Freight and buy some stuff. So that sent me out to Harbor Freight and sent me over to Home Depot to get the roofing stuff too. So all in all, at this point, church was good this morning. The guest preacher was on it. He's an evangelist and a missionary. Wonderful dude, great message, and we're looking forward to seeing him again tonight. So I better get cleaned up so I can get in. I got about an hour and a half before 6 p.m. service. So God bless y'all. We're praying for you. Hang in there, folks. As the world gets darker, we must let our light shine. We must let that beautiful light shine. God bless y'all. We're praying for you.